we will study one of the transistor biasing circuit, that is biasing with emitter resistor. This is the biasing circuit with emitter resistor. It is modified form of fixed bias circuit. This is fixed bias circuit and this is emitter bias circuit. If we compare these two circuits, then in this circuit, this resistor Re at emitter is only excess component. This DC supply VCC set both the collector voltage and base voltage relative to emitter. The zero signal base current is available by VCC and is flow through RB. Therefore, base is positive with respect to emitter and thus base emitter junction remains forward biased. Circuit analysis. Let we see how operating point is stabilized. For a common emitter configuration, collector current is IC equal to beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICO. Let us see the effect of change of temperature. Suppose the temperature increases, this will increase the leakage current ICO. Therefore, this term increases and which will increase the collector current IC. We know that IC plus IB which is equivalent to IE because IB is very small with compared to IC. Therefore, along with IC, IE also increased. As a result, the voltage drop across resistor Re also increases. This will reduce the base current IB. This in turn will reduce IC to its original value. If transistor is replaced by another of the same type, let beta of this new transistor is higher. The increase of beta increase both these terms and it will increase IC and hence IE. This will increase voltage drop across Re and thus decrease IB. This in turn will reduce IC to its original value. Thus, operating point is stabilized by this circuit. Since the stabilizing action is due to the current in the emitter resistor, the circuit is therefore called emitter feedback bias circuit. Now, Q point. To determine Q point, that is operating point, we need base current IB, collector current IC and collector emitter voltage VCE. Now applying Kirchhoff's law to the input section of the circuit, that is for this circuit, we have VCC equal to IBRB plus VBE plus IERE, but IE equal to IB plus IC and IC equal to beta IB. Therefore, IE equal to IB plus beta IB, which is equal to beta plus 1 into IB. Putting this value in this equation, we get VCC equal to IBRB plus VBE plus beta plus 1 into IBRE. Simplifying it, we get IBRB plus beta plus 1 IBRE equal to VCC minus VBE. Taking IB common, therefore IB into RB plus beta plus 1 RE equal to VCC minus VBE. Make IB subject of the formula, therefore IB equal to this one. Here VBE is comparatively small, therefore we take VCC minus VBE which is equal to VCC, and beta very greater than 1 and therefore we take beta plus 1 equal to beta. Therefore, we get IB equal to VCC upon RB plus beta RE, say equation 1. Now, collector current IC is defined as IC equal to beta IB. Putting the value from this equation 1, we get IC equal to beta into VCC upon RB plus beta RE. Say equation 2. Now applying Kirchhoff's law at this output section, we get VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE plus IERE. Since IE equal to IB plus IC, but IB is very small with compared to IC. Hence we will take IE equal to IC here in this equation. Therefore we have VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE plus ICRE. Taking IC common from this and this term, therefore VCC equal to IC into RC plus RE plus VCE. By simplifying, VCE equal to VCC minus IC into RC plus RA. Substituting the value of IC from equation 2, we have VCE equal to VCC minus RC plus RE into beta VCC upon RB plus beta RA. Say equation 3. Using equation 1, 2 and 3, we can determine Q point. Now stability factor. For input section of the circuit, using Kirchhoff's law, we can write VCC equal to IBRB plus VBE plus IERE. Since IE equal to IB plus IC, therefore, by putting this value for IE, we have VCC equal to this one. Now expanding this bracket, we get VCC equal to IBRB plus VBE plus IBRE plus ICRE. Now taking IB common, we get VCC equal to IB into RB plus RE plus VBE plus ICRE. Now make IB subject of the formula, and hence IB equal to VCC minus VBE minus ICRE upon RB plus RE. Now differentiating with respect to IC, we get DIB upon DIC equal to minus RE upon RB plus RE. Say equation 4. Now stability factor is defined as S equal to beta plus 1 upon 1 minus beta into DIB by DIC. Putting the value of DIB upon DIC from this equation, we have S equal to beta plus 1 upon 1 plus beta RE upon RB plus RE. By simplifying, we get S equal to beta plus 1 into RB plus RE upon RB plus RE plus beta RE. By dividing numerator and denominator by RE, we obtain S equal to beta plus 1 into RB upon RE plus 1 upon RB upon RE plus 1 plus beta. If RB upon RE very less than 1, therefore we take RB upon RE plus 1 equal to 1. And here also RB upon RE plus 1 equal to 1. Therefore equation becomes S equal to beta plus 1 into 1 upon beta plus 1, and that is equal to 1. It shows good stability. And if RB upon RE is very large, then RB upon RE plus 1 equal to RB upon RE, and here also RB upon RE plus 1 plus beta equal to RB upon RE, and that's why S equal to beta plus 1 into RB upon RE upon RB upon RE, that is equal to beta plus 1. It indicates poor stability. This condition provides good stability, but it is not applicable because RB upon RE very less than 1, that is RB very less than RE. It means RE very greater than RB. A high value of RE will produce a large DC voltage drop across it. Thus, a high DC source VCC will be required. And if RB is low, a separate low supply may be required in the base circuit. Both these conditions cannot be used in practice. So, if we take some intermediate values of Rb and Re, thus S can be reduced comparatively, and therefore S less than beta plus 1. Now look at the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages, there are two advantages. It is the simple method because circuit need only two extra resistors. 2. Circuit provides DC feedback for the stabilization of the Q point. So these two are advantages. Disadvantages, the resistance Re provides DC feedback for stabilization of the operating point, but also causes AC feedback which reduces the voltage gain. 2. For better stabilization, we should have either very high value of Re or very low value of Rb with a separate loss supply in base circuit. These two are the disadvantages of this biasing circuit.